home emergency currently has 20, 40, 60, 100, 160. We're gonna add 90 to it. So this is the thing about budgeting. This is how you save money, because you budget a certain amount for each category. Your goal is to spend less in those categories, and then you have money to save. And boom, it's not, you know, you're not losing anything because you already planned on spending it. Hi everybody, thanks for clicking on this video and welcome to my savings, budgeting, and YouTube journey. I am here to represent the hardworking single parents. On this channel, I experiment with different budgeting styles, savings goals, and I share the strategies I learn as I go. So if that sounds interesting at all to you, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to follow my journey. Okay, so today is the day before payday. The first thing that I want to do and that I suggest you do is take a look and review my spending. So I've done that already. I sat down midweek. Hopefully you saw that video. In the week between paydays, I sit down to see how much I've spent so far and to make sure that I have enough to last me throughout the last week. So today I sat down and I wrote down all of my spending for the week. I keep everything in the bank as of right now. That's my strategy. So it was a lot easier to write down my spending. And then for my cash, I do keep track of the spending with a small expense tracker right here. I simplified that. Instead of having one after every one of my cash envelopes, I just keep one for all of them. And I've just kind of made my own, you know, what it was for, which category it falls under, and how much I spent. So that's much easier for me to do, much easier it's been. So I wrote down everything that I spent. I have categorized everything and highlighted it. What I was doing before, and I probably will go back to in April, it's been a different kind of month, is I would highlight each of the categories so that I know how much I spent in each of the categories, and I can compare that to the budget that I made. Here is the budget that I made starting at the beginning of the week when I knew how much my paycheck was going to be. And then this is the spending that I've actually done. The only thing that I need to do with you guys is to take a look at how much I saved this week and how many sinking funds I used. That's really the most important to me. I mean, I do want to go back to categorizing the spending so that I can make sure I'm budgeting appropriately. But right now, since I'm short on time, I'm focusing on how much I'm saving, how much I'm spending, and how much savings I've used. So this is the first pay period where I've used a lot of sinking funds. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I spent and exactly what I saved. Okay, so for savings, starting on payday, I also received $277 extra that I got for stocks that I turned in. So that was all saved. I also got $200 in YouTube income, and that was all saved as well. So I'll go over that with you to let you guys know where everything went. But for a total of savings, I saved this pay period $921.34. That's how much I saved this pay period. Let me show you for the YouTube income, because I usually do a separate YouTube cash stuffing. I made $200, you guys. I made my goal. If you saw my videos for my goals in December of 2024, I said that I at least wanted to make, no, I didn't. I said $300. So we're still working on that goal. But my goal every month is to make $200. So for the month of February, I did make my $200 goal. March, I'm not going to make that. I already know. I have not been filming and posting, but that's okay. I am a week ahead of my school assignments. So that's priority for me. So I'm glad I got that done. But let me show you what I saved for the YouTube income, since I like to show you guys that, because I thank you for being my viewers, for watching my ads, for commenting, for subscribing, sharing, liking. All of that definitely helps the YouTube income, and I really appreciate it. I don't do this for the money. I do this because I really do want to help as many people save as possible. But the money is a nice perk. I could not say that, you know, it's not a good thing. So I saved $15 for home maintenance. I like to show you guys where I save this so you can kind of see what I'm prioritizing. $15 went to toys. I do have 3 great niece and nephews, and I want to start helping their mom with gifts. So Easter's coming up, so I want to, you know, just send her some money or to give her some Easter baskets for them. So slowly, little by little, I put a little bit of money in there. $25 went to my clothing envelope since I emptied that to buy my laptop. Hopefully you guys saw that unboxing. $10 went to my daughter's bonus envelope, and that is for any class she gets 90 or above, and she gets $10 each. So I need to pack that back up because the report card will be coming up probably in the next month. $20 went back to miscellaneous savings, which I also emptied to buy my laptop. $75 went to vacation, which we are close to being done. I'll show you guys exactly how much I have left in my bi-weekly budget that I'm going to do next. And then I had $25 went back to YouTube supplies, which I also emptied for my laptop. $15 went to work lunch. So I don't normally buy lunch at work, but every once in a blue moon, you know, when everybody else has done it, you know, because I'm a sucker for peer pressure, I do, you know, participate. It's hard to sit there when everything smells good around you, but, you know, usually I bring my dinner from the night before and they're all jealous because my food smells good. But, you know how it is. Every once in a while, I feel like it's okay to treat yourself. So that's where all the savings went, including, you know, what I budgeted on payday. Also spent quite a few sinking funds. So let me show you what I spent. I did go over it briefly, some things that I spent for my laptop, but I spent other things too. So $15 I spent out of health on Amazon, and that was some supplements. This is the big chunk, $418.96 was emptied out of my college sinking fund, which I had, that I got a refund for school. So that was all gone. That went towards my laptop. School related still. $80 came from my mom miscellaneous envelope. $100 came from my clothing envelope, which emptied that. That's my clothes. $63.59 came from my YouTube supplies for the laptop. $145 came from our extra utility sinking fund that I did budget for at the beginning of the month because I knew, or the beginning of the pay period, because, yep, utilities sinking fund. Actually, I guess I was supposed to take out more, but that's how much I took out for extra utilities. Oh, because I took some from the actual paycheck. And then $201 I took from miscellaneous savings, which I emptied for the laptop. $12 from life insurance, which was budgeted for. And then that's it. Oh, yeah, and then the $227.81, it was included as a savings, so I did say that I used it. I just moved it to other savings, really, so that kind of evens out. I don't really know. All right, let's see how much we used in sinking funds. All right, so that's $1263.79. And we saved $921.34. So the difference is we're in the hole by $342.45. That's how much we were in the hole as far as sinking funds goes. So we spent more than we saved, which does not happen often. So, you know, a little bit disappointed, but also I got my new laptop, which I love, and it's definitely going to be a good investment, I believe. So I like to write down what's left here. I ran out of room, but here, we'll do it on the side. Yeah, so I have in the main account $147.81. $100 of that is the buffer, which means I have an extra $47.81, which is a good thing because that can be saved. Then I have, in the bill account, we don't have any extra in there. I have exactly $615.01, and $415 of that is for the partial mortgage. So that is part for the mortgage. So I leave that in there until the next payday. And that leaves me with $200.01, which that whole thing is for the buffer that I leave in that account. Same for the main account. I leave $100 in there and $200 in the bill account. So there's nothing left in the bill account. Cash left. We have, let's see. It won't be too different from the midweek. We have $3 for essentials. I'm gonna take this out. Shopping. We have $10, $15, $20 left. Hopefully I can reallocate this. We'll see where everything is gonna go. Dining out does still have some money. So my goal was only to dine out twice a week. So this past pay period, I actually did 3 times, which is not bad. 1, 2, 3. So one more than I wanted to. Dining out has $10, $15, $16, $17, $18 left. I think I have money left in every envelope. Look at me. I also didn't do much because I was, you know, working on school in the house. 10, 20, 30 from entertainment. That was rolled over. And miscellaneous still has its full $20. Giving, I'm leaving in here. This is $20 for me to give to, you know, donations or whatever. I'll leave that in there. Debit still has $50. This is a cushion in case I ever need any extra cash. And oh, back to the bank. I decided not to take it back to the bank because there's already still money left in the bank extra. So that has $20, $30, $35, $36, $37. All right. So let's see what we have. So total we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 105, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 128. And I completely forgot to finish this. All right, so what are we gonna do with this? So I already know from the midweek that I wanted to put $90 in our home emergency, and that will put it back up to our goals. So we're gonna take $90 out and put it in there. That's gonna leave me with $38. Home emergency is in here. Hopefully this can stay in here for a little while. All right, home emergency currently has 20, 40, 60, 100, 160. We're gonna add 90 to it. So this is the thing about budgeting. This is how you save money, because you budget a certain amount for each category. Your goal is to spend less in those categories, and then you have money to save. And boom, it's not, you know, you're not losing anything because you already planned on spending it. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. $90 is going here. So we should have 250. We have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 250. Yay, back up to the goal. 250. Now I do have to have a plan to replace all the other sinking funds that I've used over this past pay period. This is March a rollover. We're adding $90 and we're at 250. Goal. I usually put, actually I got one right here, so I'm gonna put this back on there because we're done with that. Okay, so that's done. Now we still have $38 left. What should I do with this? I think because it's cash and I don't want to have to take it back to the bank just to pull it back out, I am going to roll it over. So I'm going to keep some money in here. That way, when I do my budget for next week, I'll just have to take out less for those categories. So let's see. Let's put, we have 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have $38 left. Let's put the $20 in miscellaneous. Actually, let's put $20 in entertainment and then 18 in miscellaneous. $20 in entertainment. And then actually, let me see. Let's give some love to this 100 envelope. Try to sprinkle in some love every once in a while. Let's see what we have. What can we put in here? I'm gonna put, let's just fill the next one in here. Let's just do the 11. That's the next one that needs to be filled. Let's do $11. You know what? Let's just put it all in. No, we're just gonna do $11. I'm so indecisive. All right, we're gonna put just $11 in here. That's good enough, right? There's no deadline for this. I'm just doing it as I go. This one is so cute. All of these look a little bit different. These are all stickers that I got from Dollar Tree. How cute is that one? That one's cute. All right, $11. We're done with you. Okay. All right, that's it. So I do want to write down what I saved. So we put $20 in entertainment for rollover. Then we put $11 in the 100 envelope. And then we're gonna put the rest, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We put the $7 in miscellaneous. All right, so that should zero out. It does. All right, there we go. So we have saved 38 plus 90. So we saved the whole thing. No. We only saved $101 because the rest is going to be spent left in the wallet. So we saved 101. So 101 plus the 921, 34. We saved this pay period a total of $1,022.34. All right, so that's only a difference. So after the rollover that we saved, we have now $241.45 deficit. Not as bad, but still a deficit. All right, that's it. That's how I close out my paycheck. So now I know that I have a little bit of money left in rollover. I know that my home emergency is done, closed, finito, for now at least. And now I can get ready for next payday. So I can look into my employer's website, find out how much my next paycheck will be that I get tomorrow. So it all goes straight to Sofi. So I get paid 2 days earlier now. Another plus to having the high yield savings account. I definitely suggest Sofi. I have both Sofi and an Ally. Sofi gives you a little bit more interest. I, for example, got about $35. I get about around $30 to $35 a month in Sofi. And then in Ally, I get about $6. But there's a big difference of how much I have in each of those accounts. So I still like Sofi better. I don't know. I just do. It's faster for the transfers. I think that's why I like it the most. And also I get paid 2 days early. One thing that I forgot to mention is that I still had money left in Sofi. I had $52.28 left in Sofi. I completely forgot. I forgot to mention that. So Sofi had $52.28. Oh my God, I almost completely left that out. So what I want to do is I want to leave $50 as a buffer for Sofi, because I did talk to you guys about wanting to have a buffer in Sofi. Sofi is where I keep my gas and groceries, you know, every pay period. So I had money left in both gas and grocery. So I'm going to leave that in Sofi as a buffer because I noticed that for Costco, when you get gas there, at least for my area, they take out a whole $100. Even if like I only spent $26 in gas, they hold $100. So I want to have $50 to $100 in there as a buffer. For now, we'll have $50. And then I have my senior year for my daughter. That was one of my goals from last year too, to finish that with $1,000. What I did was I took money that was left in her graduation sinking fund and I just transferred it to senior year so that I can be done with one completely. So senior year is only, let's see, $26.43 away from being finished. So we'll have $228 there left in Sofi. I'm going to add, what do we need? $26.43. We're taking out $228 that's already in it. We're going to add $24.15. I'm running out of room from the main account. And then we'll have the $26.43 that can go to senior year. All right, so that's more money I can add to what was saved. And this, we're removing the money. We're moving $24.15. To senior year, that'll leave us with $23.66. What are we gonna do with that $23.66? Let's move $15 to replace the health that I used. That has to go to Ally for health. All right, so we're gonna be saving that. And that leaves me with $8.66. What should I do with that? Let's just leave that in there for rollover. Let's leave that in there for rollover. So for savings, we need to add more money. Let's just bring it over here. We need to add the $26.43 that's going to senior year. This is rollover saved. And then the $15 that's going to health. I need to update my sinking fund spreadsheet with all this information. So that's why I'm writing it down so that I don't forget when it's time for me to put it in my spreadsheet and keep it all up to date. I'll show you guys that now that I have the laptop. I can show you on a larger screen. So that means we saved now $1063.77. Deficit of only $200.02. Okay, there we go. Now, since there's writing all over, I want to mark down what's what. So this is what was saved, including the rollover. This is the sinking funds that were spent. And this is the deficit. So we're down $200 in the sinking fund, but that's okay. If you made it to the end of the video, leave me some kind of sea creature. You know, I like to give giveaways every once in a while, and sometimes I'd like to peek back at old videos and see who watches the whole thing. All right, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, I want you to always remember it is about progression and not about perfection. Thanks for watching and happy saving. Bye.